10 Hunt, you fucking yellow snow eaters, and welcome to the Air Vehicles episode of Battlefield 4 Bootcamp. These are the things that make you fly high in the sky, just like you take a tote of that marijuana smoke. Wow, that was an awesome rap line. Maybe I should change my career like Esv. Just kidding. Anyways, let's get started here. The countermeasure and the upgrades are the same across all of the air vehicles, so I'll go over them first. There's the infrared flare, similar to that on the tanks, that will deflect missiles and break incoming lock-ons. The ECM jammer, which is a more powerful version of the infrared flares, prevents targeting systems to locking onto you and disrupting any incoming enemy missiles. And then there is the fire extinguisher, which is extremely helpful on these jets, because the jets only have one seat in them. That's right. You don't have a co-pilot to help you repair your vehicle, so the fire extinguisher is the only way you could repair when in critical condition in a jet. For the upgrades, there's the gyro stabilizer, which kind of helps balance your air vehicle after taking a critical hit. The stealth coating, which is similar to that of the other land and sea vehicles, which makes enemies take longer in order to lock onto you. The belt feeder decreases your reload time, and then the proximity scan reveals enemies on the minimap that are in your surrounding area. Now, I'm going to go over the purpose of all of these different air vehicles right here. The stealth jets are the jets that take out other air vehicles, so that means other jets and other helicopters. So those are your primary targets when you're in a stealth jet. For the primary weapon, there's these cannons here that fire some bullets here. And then the secondary weapons are the heat seekers, which are kind of like your Stinger missiles. The passive radar missiles, which are kind of like your Igla or Javelin, where you have to maintain the lock-on. The laser guided missiles, which are kind of like the fly-by-wire missiles. And then the active radar missiles, which are kind of like your tow launcher from the engineer class. The other type of jet here is the attack jets. Now, these bad boys are going to be the one tearing up the things on the ground, including tanks and enemy infantry. So the primary weapon, you have, your 30mm high fucking caliber cannon. And then for your secondary weapon, there's missiles, which are laser guided and heat seekers, the same as with the stealth jet here. There's also Hydra rockets, which are good for eliminating infantry as well as armor. The TV guided missile, which is the same thing as the TV missile on the boat, where you got to control it from a tablet. And the JDAM bomb, which is basically like a bomb run that you drop out of the jet. Now, helicopters come in three different categories here. First are the attack helicopters, and their primary weapons are rockets here, which there's the Hydra rockets, which is the same as the attack jet. The Zuni rockets are increased anti-vehicle rockets, and then the smart rockets are of a built-in tracker system, kind of like the Law launcher. The secondary weapon are the heat seekers or the towed missiles. The tow missiles are your wire-guided missile. Now, in the attack helicopter, there's a driver's seat and a gunner's seat. So the gunner can have a secondary weapon if you unlock it, either a laser guided or TV missile. And then, of course, just like in the tanks, there's gunner optics and gunner upgrades. So these are the same optics and upgrades that you would find in a land vehicle. So attack helicopter is a pilot and a gunner seat. The scout helicopter, these are your little birds. They have 4 seats in them. One guy is going to be your pilot and also your gunner. The other guys just sit up on the wings and either repair the vehicle or shoot, RPGs, as you may have seen in my last monthly montage. So the primary weapon is either a minigun or the 25mm cannons, and the secondary weapons are heat seekers or the laser guided missiles. I use the heat seekers because I like them better. And then there are the transport helicopters, which the pilot does not have any access to any guns. The passengers, however, have one of these mounted miniguns on either side of the transport chopper. And the transport chopper, I think, fits 6 people in total. 1 driver and, 5. 1 pilot and then 4 passengers. So, let's teach you motherfuckers how to fly. I'm on the B objective here. Let's first go into a helicopter. Helicopters, for me, are much, much easier to fly. So, let's hop in the Viper. Now, for my controls, I use the veteran controls for the helicopter and the jet. This is the same as the Battlefield 3 controls, basically because I am more used to them, right? And then the vertical flight is inverted, meaning when you say pull up, you actually press down on the or you hold down on the left D-pad. So let's see what we're working with here. Now, for a helicopter, in order to take off, you hit the right trigger button. So that's take off, and in order to descend, that's the left trigger button here, as you see me descending. Now, when you're landing, you kind of want to have a landing which you stay on the ground, but at the same time, you can't come at the ground too fast, otherwise you'll crash, alright? So once we're back up in the air by hitting the right trigger button, which is also the thing to make it accelerate, the controls are as follows. To spin around on your horizontal axis is going to be the left trigger. So you press it right or you press it left here, as I'm doing, and that's how to spin around horizontally. To spin around on the Z axis, if you will, that is the right stick. So there you see I'm kind of tilting this way and that way. That's right and left stick. Now, in order to move forward, you're going to want to put your nose down towards the ground and hit the right trigger button here. The easiest way to move fast is to keep going back and forth, rocking back and forth rather, on the right trigger between pointing down and aiming up. That is the best way for you to gain speed and gain momentum. So you'll see me doing this a lot as I'm flying a helicopter, because speed is the best thing you could do with the helicopter. It'll get you out of sticky situations, including lock-ons, and it'll also help you get to and from enemy cover. Now, left and right on the D-pad are to be switching between your primary and secondary. Same thing with the Y button. And then the down button is your countermeasure. So there is the infrared flares that I just let off, and you'll see that the infrared flares in the upper left-hand corner, I have a countdown timer to wait. So let's show you what these different guns can do. So first, as the gunner, the primary pilot rather, I have missiles as the primary objective. So let's take you down here and let's fire off these missiles. So those are what the missiles look like. Now, in helicopters and jets, for attack purposes, you're going to want to do strafe runs, which is basically running across the ground here, shooting down at the ground like this with the missiles at the target that you intend. It takes a while to get used to the controls in it, so definitely go out to the test range. Now, my secondary weapon, as you see me switched over, are the heat-seeking missiles, which you could lock onto a target right there, and you can end up destroying said target, just like I did right there. Again, switching between primary and secondary is key here. It is really hard to get used to the controls at first, but you'll get it. And by the way, in order to fire your shit, it's the left bumper button. Right bumper button is spot, just like as normal. Left bumper button is to fire any, you know, things that you have. So let's just crash this thing into the fucking ground and get the fuck out of here. Boom! Alright, so let's hop in the Little Bird. This is your scout helicopter here, as you see me getting up and getting ready. You'll see that in the lower right-hand corner, there is only one pilot seat and there's no gunner seats. This particular aircraft only has one gunner spot, and that is the person who is in the actual helicopter itself. The purpose of these helicopters, they are extremely quick. So this is what you want to get in and out of action with. These are extremely fast. If you remember, you know, AH-6 from Modern Warfare 3, this is the actual version of it. So I'm back on the gun pod here, the 20mm cannons, and you can just rip people up going past in strafe runs just like that. So that's the Little Bird here, as I'm going to crash this thing into the ground. Nope, I didn't actually crash it, but I'm going to now, because fuck it, I want to get another thing. There you see the rotor offline and critical damage. When your rotor is offline, that means that one of your particular engines is damaged, and you're gonna have to stabilize yourself. So if your left engine gets damaged, your helicopter automatically is going to start going like that. So you're going to have to push right on the D-pad there in order to get out and stabilize the vehicle. So let's redeploy here, and I'll show you what the transport chopper is all about. This is the transport chopper. Again, 5 fucking seats in it, and you'll see this is what the gunner seats look like. I'm going to try and get very high up in the sky so I can switch seats to the gunner seat and show you what it's like. So this is the gunner seat here. It's basically a cannon that you could zoom in and out with. Now, since there's no pilot in this is obviously just going to go down and crash into the ground. So that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And it didn't actually crash. That was actually a nice landing. So let's redeploy here and let's get into the jets. Now, the jets, flying the jets is extremely interesting. It's the same principles will apply. If you have to take off, the R trigger button is how to take off. That's how to accelerate. If you click in the left stick, that is the afterburner, okay? Use the afterburner when turning in order to complete a better turn radius. Now, the controls are exactly the same as they are in a helicopter, where if you want to turn horizontally, you use the left trigger. That's how you go left and right, as I am right now. If you want to go on the Z-axis, if you will, that's this button with the right trigger, rather. The right trigger is the one that makes you roll. Alright, as I'm leaving the combat area, this is not very good. Again, all of the same principles apply. Let me get back in the fucking combat area. Here we go. All of the same principles apply. In the attack jet, remember, you're going after the things on the ground. So these are your regular 30mm cannons, which you've seen. And then if you hit Y, this is actually what the rockets look like. They're very confusing to try and control because your jet is actually going straight the whole time while you're, you know, going ahead and trying to aim with your secondary weapon. Now, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way in order to turn around in a jet, right? So I'm going towards the out of bounds right here, and I want to turn around. So what you do is you slam down on the right control stick to just pull up as fast as you can. When you see your compass flip, as it did right there in the lower left-hand corner, that's when you can take your right stick and then roll left or roll right in order to roll yourself right side up. Alright, let's redeploy into the stealth jet, and you guys will see that it is basically the same thing, except you have heat-seeking missiles instead of the ones that are on the ground. And that's because the stealth jet, as I alluded to in the monologue before, they're the ones that take out the air vehicles. So I went past that little air vehicle and I didn't catch him. So instead of trying to turn all the way around, I'm going to go ahead and do my little turnaround here and switch my axis, then switch to the heat seekers, and unfortunately I couldn't lock on in time. That is one thing you'll have to remember when flying a jet, is that you have to give yourself enough time to approach the enemy that you want to combat, you know, and take on here, as I fucked up definitely. So let's just dive into the water there. That's basically it with the flying. So I'm going to get you guys into a game to show you exactly how I fly. Terribly. Alright, I'm in the F-35 stealth jet. Let's take off here. I got the 20mm cannons and the heat-seeking missiles, so let's not hit the first fucking cliff here. And I'm going to try and turn right in order to turn a little bit faster here. And of course, if you click in the left stick, that's where the afterburner is. Now, since this is a stealth jet, I am looking for enemy aircraft here. So I'm going to be on the lookout as I do my runs back and forth through the map. So what I'm going to do here, hold down on the right stick until the compass flips around, and then flip around my plane itself here in order to turn around. I don't see anything in the air right now. I do see some sniping little shits on the tower. So I'm going to hit them up just for a second. And there you see I've got warning and threats. I'm going to hit down to deploy my ECM jammer, or rather my infrareds right there. So when you see that red warning and threat on your screen and you hear the beeping, that means that somebody's locking onto you and it's best to get to cover. Now, I know that the enemy anti-aircraft vehicle is back in their spawn pretty much, so that's why I'm flying back over in this direction, so that I'm not by their AA vehicle, which is probably what was locking onto me in the first place. So I did use the IR flares to get rid of the lock that was on me, and now I can go back in again. So hitting the right bumper button to spot, and there's a helicopter. So let's see if I can get up this helicopter here. Unfortunately, it's over this hill a little bit, so yeah, it's below me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go right up from behind him and try and get him here. So unfortunately, there is another stealth jet that is fighting after me. You can see on the mini-map, he is literally on my ass like a fucking hemorrhoid. So I'm just going to shoot at that MAV just to be a fucking idiot here. And let's see if I could dodge this stealth jet. Now, the best thing you could do with dodging is to turn on your afterburner and put in some tight turns here. So tight turn radius with the afterburner is the way to go. Now, I know I said don't fly over their spawn because there's an anti-aircraft vehicle, but I'm being chased by a stealth jet, and I think I got rid of them. So, again, afterburners are your friend here when it comes to trying to get away. As you see, the stealth jet, I saw him over here on my little mini-map. So let's see if I can turn around and get him here. I'm going to do my little, you know, turnaround right here, and let's fucking get back into battle here. Let's go. Alright, so I've got the heat seeker on. I'm looking for enemy aircraft. I don't see any. There's a helicopter right there, so let's see if we can't lock onto him as I'm flying by here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Alright, so there's a heat-seeking missile I just put into him. The vehicle did get hit, but like I said, I'm getting pinged at by that anti-aircraft. That's why my health bar right there is at 79 for the jet. So going into their spawn is not a good idea. So that was probably stupid of me, but my eyes lit up when I saw those helicopters, so that's what I was going to get them for. So, I see them behind me now. I'm going to try and turn around right here and go back at them again one more time. Try and hit them with one of these heat-seeking missiles and try and get rid of them here. So let's turn around again, and where did they go? Where are they at? There they are, right below me. Nope. So I'm flying way too fucking fast into the battle. So that's the thing here. With the jets, you fly very fast, it seems. So that's why you're going to leave yourself enough distance in order to lock on and acquire your target if using the heat seekers here. I'm also flying very high, which is probably not a good thing. As you see, there it is, McDouble, put that shit on the grill. I just took out the F-235, the F-35 rather, stealth jet with the heat-seeking missiles. So this is basically how we're gonna roll with this particular jet. And yeah, that's basically how to do it. Now, to make your turn radius a little bit tighter, you're going to want to go ahead and lean left or lean right with the right on the D-pad, and then hit that on the left on the D-pad. So there's a vehicle right there. There's another stealth jet. It looks like he's going to go up and he's going to try and attack me. So I'm going to try and outmaneuver him a little bit, bro. Throw on the afterburners here, see if I can fucking get rid of this guy. Now, when you see that white little cloud that pops up, that means that somebody's locking onto you. You see that white cloud behind me? That means that somebody's locking onto me. So I'm going to go ahead, deploy my infrared flares, and eliminate that threat right there. What I'm going to do is turn around here. Unfortunately, I just got hit, so it's very hard to turn and maneuver your jet after you get hit. So he just hit me for a critical hit. Unfortunately for him, I've got the gyro stabilizer on, I believe. So that's why it's much better. And I'm going to try and go right back at this stealth jet here and let the fucking dogfight commence. I don't know why I just barked. Anyway, that looks like the wreckage of the stealth jet to my left that I was just trying to go after. So I shook him off of me, and then one of my other teammates took him out. So GG, teammates. Unfortunately, when you're up here in a jet, you can't really PTFO, so my team is getting their ass kicked. However, what my job is in this jet is to just take out the other air vehicles. As we see, one of them's over here, back by their spawn again. So, unfortunately, the attack jet is on me. There was the warning. I deployed my infrared flares, so he's on me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and come right back at him, bro, like an episode of the Jersey Shore. Let's fucking go. Where are you? Where is this motherfucker? There he is.
Sorry about that.
So, yep, he just went right past me there, and he turned. Helicopters are much easier to turn around than the fucking attack jets, or stealth jets, rather. So that's why he's having a much easier time trying to shoot at me. But I see he is on another. Yep, so unfortunately, I just got immobilized by his heat seeker right there. I can't control my vehicle. I'm shaking like Michael J. Fox. And right now I have no chance against this attack helicopter. The problem is, by the time I'm close enough for me to seek onto him with my heat seeker, he's already past me. So that's the thing with the jets you got to remember, is that these things travel very fast. You got to want to keep distance between you and whoever your opponent is. I just flared again, and now I've got an attack helicopter and a stealth jet on me. So what I'm going to do here is just try and get the fuck away. So I'm immobilized right now. I can't really go anywhere. I got two fucking attack jets on me, and I'm not going to bail out of this fight just yet. I don't want to lose this particular vehicle. I got to deploy my infrared flares again as soon as the next time I can, because they're still locking onto me here, as I got away from both of them for now, but I know that I'm going to have some problems in the future. And there is that attack helicopter that was going after me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head in this direction, and then I'm going to flip myself around with the heat seekers on to see if I could hit him up one time proper, just like that song from the 90s. Remember that song, Hit 'em Up Style? Anyways, yeah, he flew right past me here. So it's kind of tough to take out the attack helicopters in this stealth jet, like I said, because they have much better maneuverability. It's much, much easier to turn around. Turn around. Where did he go? Fuck, where did he go? I don't see him anymore. Also, I forgot to mention this. If you click in the right trigger, you could do your, your third-person view, which really helps if you're trying to go through, sticky situations here. So that's what I did for that. I see they've got their attack jet taken off, and it just went right underneath me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around and try and take him out. Like I said, I'm a terrible fucking pilot. So, I mean, I'm showing you guys the basics here, but you got to put in a lot of fucking practice in order to do well in these jets. So I got a threat again. Deploy my infrareds and just get the fuck out of there. Just get the fuck out of there. Let's try and get this fucking jet here. I'm trying to fucking get behind him, but he keeps maneuvering out. Let's try and get behind him here. Another way that is really good to practice your flying skills, which I'll show you in a little bit, is to go into air superiority. It's a game mode. I don't know if it's only for China Rising DLC users at the moment, but I think it might be. But if you do have China Rising and you have air superiority, that is a great way to practice your flying maneuverability, because you are only in vehicles. It's air vehicles only. So there's an attack helicopter. Let's see if I can get up on him. I don't think I have enough time to lock onto him. Nope, I don't, and boom, I fucking crashed. I got way too low, and I end up crashing. But I crashed into him. Nope, I didn't, because he's just taking off right there. Oh, man. Alright, so now I'm in the Frogfoot, which is the attack jet. So now I'm going to try and target the enemies that are on the ground. Let's take off on this runway here. As soon as you get to a certain point, you pull down on the right stick. I just saw him. There he is. He hid behind the thing right there. Unfortunately, he went out of my particular range, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and go back for another strafe run. I at least know exactly where the tank is, so let's hold down on the right stick until the compass flips around, and then flip the vehicle around itself. There's a tank right there. And what the fuck just happened? Disconnected from the server! Beautiful! Just as I'm going in to take out a tank. Gotta love Battlefield 4 problems. GG, DICE. Alright, I'm here in the Viper, which is the attack chopper. Since Knots is dead, he's going to spawn in on me and the gunner's seat, so let's go. Remember, rock back and forth, up and down in order to go. There's a chopper right there, so let's go take him down. So, let's see if we can get him. Alright, so he's jamming out of here. Let's fucking put our head down here and try and go after him. I'm waiting for my heat seekers to refill back up here. There's one that I just shot off at him. I think I'm flying way too high, though. I did get a vehicle hit. Let's get him, Knots. And there he goes. He's on the ground. Good shit. Alright, let's pilot over this way, and let's see what else is on the ground here. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit lower to the ground here. It's good. It's better to be lower when you're in a helicopter, because then people can't aim at you from all different directions. I'm getting pinged at from the other side as well. Where at? I see him. Alright, so there's an enemy helicopter right in front of us, so I'm going to go shoot my heat seekers at him, switch over to my other grenades there, my other rockets, and I'm not going to go over there because there's an anti-air over in their base. So we're going to have to wait for him to come back this way. Alright, so I'm going to try and land this thing because we are low on fucking health. And we've got some critical damage and low power. So Notch just hopped out right there and he's going to repair me. And then as soon as he gets back in, then we'll go back up for another ride. Alright, let's roll. Rockin' and rollin', baby. Tom Cruise, are you Maverick or Goose? Oh no, that's jets, not helicopters. I'm an idiot. Alright, so there's a lot of activity here over these two objectives. Where's the heli? Alright, we're gonna go over to Charlie. There's the enemy helicopter that he was talking about. So let's engage him right here. There goes the heat seekers to him. Vehicle hit right there. I'm way too high. I'm gonna have to get down low a little bit. But oh fuck, there's a fucking... the rotor's offline. God damn it. This is why we can't have nice things, is what Notch just told me here. And, Alright, so I'm in the attack helicopter, and I am in the gunner seat. Notch is the one who is doing the piloting here. So basically, I'm just going to be looking around and seeing if we could chew anything up. I'm going to listen and see, make sure that, you know, we can get him out. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is quote-unquote strafe runs with the helicopter. He's going to be taking out the other shit, and I'm going to be taking out all the guys on the ground. You see, we're just lacing into this tank right here, just strafe running back and forth to it. So I have to wait till my cannon reloads. You see right here it says ready. Unfortunately, there is a reload time on this, which is the belt feeder would help out, but I do not have the belt feeder on. And there you go, there's the Viper, me taking out the tank right there. Let's fucking go. So there's a bunch of infantry on the ground right there. There's another guy dead. Right there, the warning that's popping up on screen, meaning that we're getting locked onto. The threat is not a good thing, so he is flying the fuck out of there, hitting the flares, and then we're gonna go. There we go. McDouble, put that shit on the fucking grill. I forgot to mention in the last strafe run, when you are the gunner, it is more important to go attack the people that are literally right below the helicopter, because the driver cannot see the people that are right below the helicopter. We are getting pinged at by an anti-air right now. That's why our damage is dropping slightly. I'm just basically looking kind of in the lower half to try and take out the people that are right below my helicopter guy as I take out the one dude right there. I am basically running support for the driver. The driver can't look, rather, right underneath the helicopter, and that's what I'm here for. So there's another guy that I just spotted out. Unfortunately, my cannons fucking went away, so there's a couple of guys running away, trying to run away anyway. He's running way close to the ground. Wow, there's a 93 assist. Still scanning the area. There's another guy, so take him out as well. So yeah, you're basically just the cleanup. You're basically the janitor after the guy who is in the driver's seat right now. So I am just seeing where people are on the ground. There's a guy. There he goes. He's dead as we touch down on the ground here. There's the warning symbol. So he's going to flare. He's going to ECM jam. So that this way, anything that's locking onto us will go the fuck away. So I'm still trying to spot people right below us. We've got a threat coming in, so we got to brace for it. And unfortunately, rotor offline means we hit into another fucking tree. Alright, so this is air superiority. If you have the China Rising DLC, it's basically domination, but everybody is only in jets. And look at those wonderful graphical glitches, DICE. G fucking G. But yes, this is where you could practice on some of your piloting skills there. As you see, I get that vehicle hit on that guy. I'm trying to stay on his ass like a fucking hemorrhoid, but it's kind of difficult. Can't request repairs. I'm just trying to spot this guy out. As you see there, I did get a vehicle mobility hit on that dude. So I got a big target on my back now, probably, because I just showed up on the minimap. Got a threat. Gonna do an infrared flare, but unfortunately, there's 1, 2, 3 fucking jets on me. Jesus, I felt like a hooker in a porno movie right there. Shit. But anyways, guys, this has been the Battlefield Bootcamp air vehicle episode. Again, I am not a very good pilot, but if I'm ever in need of a transport of one of my, buddies on my team, I at least am not a fucking idiot on the sticks. And holy shit, that guy just fucking crashed right into me pretty much there. I'm going to show you a little bit of bonus footage after this as well. This is basically how an engineer interacts with a helicopter person. So me and my buddy Knox basically just do work in this helicopter with a combination of me repairing and him giving me orders. So you'll see exactly how you could be in a helicopter and still be useful without actually piloting it. Peace out, you fucks.
I spotted an enemy helicopter.